Allotment sheds after frost. Padlocks, different plot numbers lost. Allotment sheds after frost. Every gate holds winner's cost. Padlocks, different plot numbers lost. Every gate holds winter's cost. Allotment sheds after frost. She walks the rows each morning with the flask, gone cold by 9. Checks the polytunnel plastic where the wind tears through the line. Water butts a seal with ice and robin tracks print through the snow. Seed packets dated 3 years back, she still refuses not to sow. Notice board says fees do much with letters curling at the edge. Plot 17's been empty since Old Ken left without a pledge. Hold here, ground stays hard. Ground stays hard. Allotment sheds after frost. Spade won't turn, soil stays tight. Sun comes low, short on light. Allotment sheds after frost. Padlocks, different plot numbers lost. Allotment sheds after frost. Every gate holds winner's cost. Padlocks, different plot numbers lost. Every gate holds winter's cost. Allotment sheds after frost. Plot 4 grows nothing now but nettles where the rhubarb crowns have died. Plot 12 shed door swings open with the broom propped up inside. She sorts the tools by handle wearing oils hinges one by one. Marks the calendar for planning even when the thaw won't come. Found a robin nesting deep inside the water inking last week. Left it be and moved the others quiet so the eggs don't speak. Feel it, waiting out. Waiting out. Allotment sheds after frost. Allotment sheds after frost. Allotment sheds after frost. Padlocks, different plot numbers lost. Allotment sheds after frost. Every gate holds winner's cost. Padlocks, different plot numbers lost. Every gate holds winter's cost. Allotment sheds after frost. Allotment sheds after frost. Allotment sheds after frost. Evening falls. Evening breeze slips between the curtains slow. Evening takes the day and lets it go. Evening breeze. Windows open, candle flicker, shadows longer, pace gets thicker, city quiet, footsteps fade. Evening breeze right here. Feel it move, feel it move. Evening breeze. Day unwinding, night descending. Heart is quiet, time is bending. Evening breeze slips between the curtains slow. Evening breeze takes the day and lets it go. Slips between the curtains slow. Takes the day and lets it go. Evening breeze. Street lamps hum, glass of water, distant laughter, getting softer. Clock ticks slow, mind at ease. Evening breeze, stay with it. Drifting down, drifting down, drifting down. Evening breeze. Evening breeze. Slips between the curtains slow. Evening breeze takes the day and lets it go. Slips between the curtains slow. Takes the day and lets it go. Evening breeze. Evening breeze. Evening breeze. Evening breeze.
Leaves crash. We took the wrong turn past the stop. Found a path that wasn't on the map. You said lost is good with moss on your knees. From crouching to look at mushrooms, held in my hand so we wouldn't slip on roots that twisted up like veins. Sun came through the canopy and shafts, caught the dust and made it gold. You stopped to breathe it in and said, This is what I meant. We found a forest path we own. Forest path found just us alone. Forest path found no signal zone. Forest path found we've made it home. You carved our initials in a birch, small and hidden just for trees. Said they'll grow with it, and I believe everything you say under bottle. You pointed out a J, bright and loud. I pretended I knew what it was. We collected pine cones for no reason. Put them in your pocket, said souvenirs. Got back to the car with bark on our coats, and that quiet that comes after good days. You fell asleep on the drive home, head against the window, smiling soft now. Birds call, birds call through branches. Light fades, steps slow, heart stays where we go. We found the forest path we own. Forest path found just us alone. Forest path found no signal zone. Forest path found we've made it home. You carved our initials in a birch, small and hidden just for trees. Said they'll grow with it, and I believe everything you say under green. Leave still. Leave still. Late sun on wood. You stopped to touch them, said your name, called them fairy bells. Tall as your ribs in the verge. By the 5-bar gate we lean on. I didn't know they were poison. You did, still ran a finger down one. Pretty things bite, you said, then took my hand anyway. Not scared of what you know. Hedgerow thick with honeysuckle, smell of it in your hair for days. We were only meant to walk the lane. Ended up an hour at the gate, talking about nothing worth writing, but I'd write it all if I could. Foxgloves watching us not go home, swaying like they knew we'd come back to this exact spot. And every story we tell later. A tractor went past, you waved, farmer didn't wave back. You laughed, said he'd seen us here before. I hadn't noticed we had it before. You picked the grass stem, split it, made a whistle between your thumbs. Taught me twice, I still couldn't. You said some things I get to keep, meant the sound I think meant more, I hope. If I press my ear to the gate, I swear I can still hear us, not talking, just being the way foxgloves are. We never made it past the gate, didn't need to, did we? The lane went on without us, and we let it. Foxgloves taller now in my head than they were that day. But your hand was exactly how I remember, warm from sun and shore. Bees in the bells. Bees in the bells. Some things get through. You led me off the footpath where the ground went soft under boot. Said you have to hear this close. The fall wasn't big, just constant. Water breaking itself on stone, and the air turned cold 2 feet in. You put your palm flat to the rock behind the sheet of it. Pulled it back wet, showed me moss under the waterfall. Green as nothing else dares to be, growing where the noise lives. Spray caught in your eyelashes, you didn't wipe it, just blinked and kept looking. We found moss under the waterfall, live in the loudest place. You said, see, it doesn't mind the rush. I said, how do you know it's not shouting? You laughed and the sound got taken by the water straight away. So you tried again, louder. I watched your mouth make the shape of my name with no noise, and I heard it anyway, because some things get through. You told me this was your thinking spot when the world got too quick. Said you come when you need reminding that force and peace can share a stone. We sat on a boulder, half in the pool, trousers soaked through in seconds. Didn't matter, you said dry is overrated. Skinned a flat piece across the surface. It went once, then the fall took it. You said even it wanted to go back to where the roar is. I used to think quiet was the point of being outside, away from streets, but you showed me a place where the earth is shouting and still grows soft things on its hardest parts. We left the moss under the waterfall, didn't touch it after that first time. You said some things you look at once and keep exactly like that. My jeans dried stiff on the walk back, yours did too. I saw you tug at them, neither of us complained, because the cold was proof we'd been somewhere real, where water falls and green. hiking boots. We hiked up to the lookout point, the one with the bench someone carved names in. You brought that flask from your rucksack, poured coffee that was mostly warm. We shared it, passed it back and forth, watching sheep move like dots below. You said, "This is why legs hurt." I said, "Worth it." It meant your face, not the view. Though the view was massive, rolling hills and no fences. We had a mountain view picnic today. Mountain view picnic, clouds in the way. Mountain view picnic, no phones to check. Mountain view picnic, just you and Nick. Of the flask in your jumper sleeve, when you wiped the rim for me, you fed me half a scotch egg. Said romance is sharing cold food. We watched the buzzard ride the thermals. You said that's us if we had wings. I said we've got legs and that's enough to get us here with you and me. Found a flat stone, you skimmed it nowhere. It just dropped into heather and stayed. Said even the stone wants to rest here. We stayed till the light went soft, walked down slower than we came up, because good days deserve a slow ending. Soft now, wind quiet, wind quiet on the ridge. Steps down, hand found, heart sound, safe ground. We had a mountain view picnic today. Mountain view picnic, clouds in the way. Mountain view picnic, no phones to check. Mountain view picnic, just you and Nick. A flask in your jumper sleeve, when you wiped the rim for me, you fed me half a scotch egg. Said romance is sharing cold food. Hills Hole, drizzle on shed roof. You unlocked the padlock like it was treasure. Said welcome to plot 14B. I'd never been to an allotment, didn't know runners grew that high. You showed me your broad beans first, proud like they were children, green and straight in their rows. I told you they look good, you said they taste better with salt, like you were making a promise. Rain came soft while we weeded. You didn't rush, just pulled your hood up, handed me the spare one from the hook. We got caught in rain on the allotment, but we stayed to finish watched you love something that grows slow, and wanted to be patient too. You let me pull a carrot, it came out small and twisted, all earth and orange, still warm. You wiped it on your jeans, broke it in half, gave me the tops, a taste, the word. It was sweet and gritty, like everything worth having. We sat on the upturned crate, under the plum tree you don't own, but prune anyway, because someone should. There's mud under my nails still, from digging where you told me. I don't wanna wash it off yet, it's got your instructions in it. The rain stopped when we were leaving, left the whole place smelling new. You locked the padlock twice, checked it like you always do. Said see you Tuesday to the marigolds, like they'd answer. I carried the bag of bits, onions won't be true, that you had dirt on your cheek. I didn't tell you, wanted a reason to see you again. Drip from the gutter, sun on leaves. Sun on leaves. You picked a daisy chain on the heath, put it round my wrist like it was gold. We had no plans, but we had sandwiches and that cheap blanket from the car boot. You laid back in the grass and said, look, cloud shaped like us, lying down. I couldn't see it, but I agreed, because your life was better than shapes. Those wildflower days out with you, wildflower days out, sun on skin, wildflower days out, grin for grin, wildflower days out. Let's do that again. We got caught in rain with no coats, hid under that big old kiss slow. Muddy shoes, wet hair, don't care. Best day we never planned. You press flowers in that old book, the one with the broken spine. Save for when winter comes and we forget, like we could forget that sky. We take photos on disposables, won't see them for weeks, and that's the joy. You steal my chips, I steal your hat. We trade things and keep them anyway. Found a feather, you put it in my hair, said Forest King and bowed to me. I'm not, but with you I feel grown, like we're rooted in something good. Soft now, bees hum, bees hum through clover. Wind moves, grasses wave, heart full, days we say. Those wildflower days out with you,
before the signs said trust me, and I did. Through the kissing gate, past the coppice, into blue like someone spilled paint. The ground was carpet, no green left, just flowers to your ankles. You walk slow like you break them, but bent to touch one anyway. Held it to my ear and said, listen, they don't make a sound. I listened, you were right. Morning cold on my nose, your fingers colder when you took my chin, turned my face to yours. We didn't plan the Bluebell wood, but we stayed till the sun moved higher than the oaks could hold. You said this is what April means. I don't know months like you do, but I know what it means now to stand in something that only air bites. Canal, towpath, morning frost, barge rope stiff and lock gates crossed. Canal, towpath, morning frost, swans leave prints where the water lost. Barge rope stiff and lock gates crossed. Swans leave prints where the water lost. Canal, towpath, morning frost. She walks the stretch from bridge to bridge before the dog walkers start. Checks the paddle gear for ice and clears the leaves from overflow. Cafe barge won't open till the pipes thaw out by midday sun. Menu chalked from yesterday says soup that nobody will run. Cyclist rings his bell and slides across the patches near the bend. She throws down salt from buckets kept behind the keeper's shed. Hold step, ground gone white. Ground gone white. Canal, towpath, morning frost. Sun comes up, shadows break, water moves, undertake. Canal, towpath, morning frost, barge rope stiff and lock gates crossed. Canal, towpath, morning frost, swans leave prints where the water lost. Barge rope stiff and lock gates crossed. Swans leave prints where the water lost. Canal, towpath, morning frost. rises. You brought that battered kite from your shed, said it still works with tape on the wing. We climbed up to the cliffs past the gorse, where the sea throws itself at England. You ran with it first, arms wild. I watched it catch and you yelled, look, like you were 5 and I was 2. Handed me the string with salt on your cheeks from the spray and from laughing. We went clifftop kite flying today. Clifftop kite flying, wind in our way. Clifftop kite flying, strings in a tangle. Clifftop kite flying, hard at an angle. You let go for a second to hug me. Kite dipped but it didn't fall. Said see even broken things fly when you're the one holding the core. We sat on the grass after it crashed in the gorse, nose down and done. Didn't try to save it, just laid back, watched gulls fight the same wind. You drew hearts in the dirt with a stick, crossed the mountain, drew us instead. 2 stick figures holding string under a scribbled song that was actually out. Said frame it and I said it's framed, and whatever's behind my eyes, soft now. Waves crash, waves crash below us. Wind howls, string pulls, chest full of go-go. We went clifftop kite flying today. Clifftop kite flying, wind in our way. Clifftop kite flying, strings in a tangle. Clifftop kite flying, hard at an angle. You let go for a second to hug me. Kite dipped but it didn't fall. Said see even broken things fly when you're the one holding the core. Wind carries. Wind carries. Salt wind. Coastal path, fence posts, wire rusted since the cliff wall closed. Coastal path, fence posts, gorse grows through where the council sign goes. Wire rusted since the cliff wall closed. Gorse grows through where the council sign goes. Coastal path, fence posts. She walks the boundary every week with paint and hammer in her bag. Knocks the loose ones back in place and marks the rock Council cut the maintenance after erosion, took the stairs. Warning signs blown down by gales, now scattered halfway to the pier. Tourist map still shows the route in green across the headland edge. She draws a line through it in pen and writes unsafe beside the ledge. Step back, ground gives way. Ground gives way. Coastal path fence post. Coastal path fence posts. Found a train up by the edge last month, half buried in the scree. Left it there and called the Coast Guard, though they said there's no debris. Dog walkers cut across the field, now where the brambles leave a gap. She ties fresh string between the posts to guide them from the overhang. Paints each marker white again, despite the spray that strips it back. Knows the sea will take the lot, but keeps the boundary on a map. Hold line, worn but here. Worn but here. Coastal path fence post. Grows through where the council sign goes. Coastal path fence post. Coastal path fence post. Coastal path fence posts. You said walk with me where the sky sits low, past the dry stone wall where the sheep don't go. The Moor opened up like a secret, purple as far as my eyes knew. You lay back in the heather, said the ground's softer than it looks. I didn't test it with my hands, I trusted your word and your smile. Wind moved over us in waves, you closed your eyes like you were listening. I wanted to stay. We were lost in heather on the moor, and you said nothing grows up here unless it learns to bend. So I bent with the wind beside you. You reached and pulled the storms pass over you like that. I think soft where it matters, strong where it counts. We left the heather on the moor, still purple, still endless. You kept that one spray, tucked it behind my ear later. Said, so you remember the wind, I remember your hand instead. How it didn't shake, pulling the flower, how it knew exactly what it could take and what it should leave. Growing wild. Brambles rising. You said August, but they were early. Fat and dark in the bank, past the stile where the dog roses tangle. You reached in with bare arms, didn't flinch at the thorns. Came out with purple on your thumbs, held one to my mouth like a dare. Said if it's sour, blame the sun. It wasn't, it was warm from the day, and your fingers tasted of earth. Stinging nettles at our ankles, you didn't mention them, just kept picking, kept feeding me. We found hedge bank blackberries, more than the tub could hold. So you made a cup of your t-shirt, and I laughed at the stains. You said proof we were here, like anyone would doubt it. We ate half before the walk home, left the rest for the blackbirds. You said they were here first. I think about your hands after, scratched and stained and short. We walked back down the bridleway, you swinging the half-full tub, juice running down the side. A wasp followed us, you didn't swat. Just said he can smell the sugar and kept talking about crumble with custard or cream or both. I wasn't listening to the options, just to you planning ahead, like there was always gonna be an after, with us and fruit and bowls. If I close my eyes, I still see the way you looked at the bush, like it had done you a favor by growing wild exactly here. The stains didn't wash out proper, still a ghost on your shirt. You wear it for gardening now, say it's the lucky one. We never made that crumble, ate them from the fridge with spoons, standing up, talking, not talking. You fed me the last one, said save the best. still there. Water running. You dare me to jump first off the bank. Water brown but clean, you promised. I said if there's fish I'm out. You shoved me in, jumped after. Came up gasping, you already laughing, splashing me, saying told you it's warm. It wasn't warm but your hands were, when you pulled me close to stop the shivering. Those river swim laps we keep, river swim laps cold and deep, river swim laps skin to skin, river swim laps that's jumping again. We float on our backs to watch the trees, say nothing important, just breathe. Dragonflies land on your shoulder, you don't move, you just watch me watching. We found that rope swing last summer, tied to the willow by some kids. You went first, screaming the whole way. Came up, spitting water and grinning. I took photos with my phone in a bag, all of them blurry, all of them us. We dried off on rocks that hurt our buns. 8-meal deal crisps, traded flavors. You said this is the best kind of rich, with leaves in your hair and river in mine. Soft now, water laps on stone. Sun dips, ripples spread, hand slips into mine instead. Those river swim laps we keep, river swim laps cold and deep, river swim laps skin to skin, river swim laps that's jumping again. We float on our backs to watch the trees, say nothing important, just breathe. Dragonflies land on your shoulder, you don't move, you just watch me watching. Current carries. Current carries. Water still, then one ripple. Your thumb finds the flat ones, mine just sink with a dull sound. You don't laugh at me to show me how to hold it, flick the wrist. Third try, it goes twice, then 3. You cheer like I've won something. The lake takes it anyway, but for those seconds it was ours. Skimming light across the dark, bats start turning over the reeds. Your shoulder brushes mine, neither of us moves away. were skipping stones as the day left. You got the 7, I stopped counting. Every plot was soft, full stop. Whatever we weren't saying. The last light caught your hair, turned your car before a minute. You threw one high just to watch it fall. Straight down, no show, no fuss. Said some things are better when they don't try. I knew you didn't mean the stone. The echo of water after storm. If I had to pick a heaven, it'd be that smell of wet grass and your voice saying again every time. Ripple